Jesus said that when he was talking to Martha, he told Martha that he was the resurrection and the life. That's relevant today because Denise believed that. She actually believed that what Jesus said was that even though our body dies, we don't. She actually believed that in Jesus Christ she had hope of eternal life. So we're to celebrate life, the life of Denise. And I'm so thankful that my wife and I personally have known her since she was young. Many of you have known her whole life. Some of you have known her just a few short months. But she touched you with life.
Denise, there will never be enough words in this world that will begin to describe you. Intelligent, beautiful, caring, fun, energetic, hardworking, so stubborn, and full of never-ending sass, and most importantly, love. You are and still remain to this day my best friend. The person who knew how I work, my ins and outs, how to tease me, what to say to cheer me up in seconds, and you most definitely knew how to make me storm off with one word. That was our bond, a never-ending roller coaster full of adventures like Austria, memories, inside jokes, lots of tantrums, I won't lie, but in the end, you were always there. I'm certain that when I say your laughter and smile were infectious, every single person in this room will agree with me. Her sense of humour never ceased to amaze me. A funny joke, she'd be on the floor laughing. A cheeky reply, and she'd be holding onto the table for support. As in, I made a very stupid decision one time. I went off and I became a hair model, cut my hair, ended up with blonde, pink, red and blue. I've never seen somebody laugh so hard for a week, maybe two, and the jokes still came to this day. You were special, full of energy, strength and ambition. You spread positivity and happiness to every place life brought you. I miss you, but I guess we'll have our jokes, photos, memories, Skype calls, adventures, and your laugh is forever engraved in my heart. I love you, and rest in peace, and you'll always be my key.
And every time that I think of Denise, I just think of this huge smile. Every time I saw her, she had a smile for me, and she had love, so much love in her heart, and so much happiness inside her heart. So today I think really is the day that we need to think about celebrating Denise. I know it's a very, very sad day and she was taking this over time, but really it kind of puts all our lives in perspective. Even I have learned so much from Denise's passing, so we have to make sure that by her leaving us that it's not in vain and that we're going to remember her.
Denisse Kyle Dasco was born 28th of October 1996. 2 days before my birthday. The best gift from my little sister. Thank God I have only one sister. So that's her first ever gift. The minute you were born, you've changed our lives. First thing of everything. Niece, grandniece, grandchild, and a great-granddaughter from the family of your Lola, Monica. That's her grandmother. Now, you're our guardian angel. You're really a smart chick and you know how to surprise us. Just a blink of an eye, I still remember how tiny thought you were back in the Philippines, our first home. How did you make your Lola Monica and Lolo Wildy proud in so many ways, academically and social staff?
As soon as I saw her, it was the beginning of an awesome friendship that I will treasure forever. Ever since that day, we got close real easy. We kept talking and texting and would even meet up for lunch on campus. That was the thing about Denise. She was so welcoming and friendly. She could make you feel close regardless of how long you knew each other. She was the type of person that anybody can hang with. She was the one you'd come to for a good time. Denise was too good for this world. She had the personality that can make anybody love her. She was open-minded, smart, and brave, and strong, and a risk-taker. She never let an opportunity pass by.
We were on a night out with the gang. It was Emma's going away party, and Denise brought her famous Polaroid camera with her to take pictures. We took pictures in Charlie's, and after that we went on to Costello's. On the way there, Denise decided that she didn't want to carry around her camera anymore, so she was going to leave it with her mother, who was working that night. She was really nervous to go to her mom after a few drinks in her, and so she was practicing her lines before she went in. Okay, Alex, if my mom asks, I'll be home between 12 and 2. 12 and 2. Before she went into Supermax, she told me to look sober and not to smoke in case her mother saw me. So I waited while she went inside. I stood still and acted normal, just like she told me. After a few minutes passed, before she came back out, she came out almost crying with smile and laughter. That was both beautiful and questionable. Just looking at her laughing, I couldn't help myself but to laugh too. It was contagious. Alex, my mom asked what time I'll be home tonight. And I'm thinking to myself, pretty simple question, what's the problem? She continued, instead of saying, I'll be home between 12 and 2, I said 12 and 2. What time will you be home? 12 and 2. I've never laughed so much in my life, and it became our inside joke, 12 and 2. And she told me to be sober. For anyone curious, what time did Denise actually come home that night? 6 a.m. Yeah, her parents were not impressed.
A girl that would make friends with anyone, anytime, anywhere, just like last month when she came up to me very excited to introduce her new friend that she met in the taxi that she took going to the party. Denise was that girl that did everything. I honestly can't think of anything that Denise didn't do because she just did everything with no regrets. She really did live her life to the fullest, and I really admire her for that. Denise taught me a lot. She taught me how to live happily just like she did. She taught me how to make friends and not to be such a snob. And most importantly, she taught me how to party and drink but still do well in school.
So many things I wanted to say, yet so few words come to mind. You've been here with me for so long. I truly never thought I'd lose you. Now it feels like there's a part of me missing. Do you remember a walk? Us trying to convince people that we were cousins. The resemblance was uncanny. Our library study sessions or trick-or-treating when we were 15. Do you remember us playing in your front garden every other day or so? Or swimming lessons? I almost drowned every time. I would say that this is what bonded us, but I'd be lying to myself because there was so much more. And I still don't know why I so eagerly wanted to befriend you, nor why you wanted to befriend me. But I thank God it happened. I thank God we emigrated from our homeland so that we could meet right here and grow up together. It breaks my heart that your journey had to be cut so short. Then I really thought you would always be here, man. I wish I had gotten the courage to have let my guard all the way down and tell you just how much I really loved you. But of course you'd laugh at that. I wish I had time to go back and tell you all of this. As I stand here reading you this letter filled with regrets and memories, all I can do is wish you well. I wish you well on the new journey you've embarked on. I pray you find your way safely back home to our Creator. We will treasure all the memories we hold of you, and we will forever love you, near or far. Know that this is not goodbye. Our friendship doesn't end here. Love always, your African cousin.
People always tend to think that kickboxing is a sport of violence and hate, but I know for a fact it isn't, because Denisse Kyle Dasco was one of the finest kickboxers I ever met, and she was not a woman who was governed by hate. She was governed by love for her friends, love for her family, and most of all, a love for life. It was evident in everything she did, from her intoxicating laugh to her smile, which could light up the whole west of Ireland, and her enthusiasm for everything she did. Well, everything except cardio. I remember when we I remember when we used to train together. On the really hard days, you could tell how hard they were by how loud Denise would complain. If you heard brah coming from the corner, you knew it was a tough day. And on the even harder days, she'd be caught like slapping people's arms during push-up competitions or pushing you over during sit-ups, just so she could laugh at you and take a longer break. She was the heart and soul of our team, and I will miss her every day for the rest of my life. Yet we can all take solace knowing that Denise would not want us to mourn her loss, rather to celebrate her life, whether it's by remembering her constant singing of songs she knew none of the lyrics to, taking endless selfies and throwing in dabs for good measures, going down water slides in American TV, or giving misguided tours through Brussels where she managed to mislabel every significant landmark to all of her classmates, which takes some doing. We can all look back and fondly remember our time with Denise, however brief it may have been. Denise was a wonderful person who had an amazing energy that just made you want to go and live life to the fullest. And although we'll always remember her smiling like a princess, I'll remember her swearing like a sailor and making me laugh until my sides hurt. I and my teammates only had a few short years with Denise, but she touched us all in a way we will never forget. I think I speak for us all when I say it's been my greatest privilege and my greatest honour to have been able to call myself Denise's friends. Goodbye, Denise. You will always be in our hearts forever, and our love for you will never die.
Denise was truly a unique person, and she had influenced my life more than other people have in the past. We had a special connection, and anyone who saw us together could see that. I talked to Denise about everything, and it was truly a pleasure to have known her on the level that I did. Even though she's gone, her influence will live with me forever. What I loved the most about her was that she was so open to new experiences and new ideas, and I was the same way, and I feel like that's why we really got along. I know some people weren't as close to her as I might have been, but I think what we should take away from this is that we should do what makes us happy and be open-minded like she was. I will miss her, but I'm going to try to remember her the best way I can. Rather than being sad, I want to be hopeful when I think about her. So rest in peace. I love you.
Okay, so Denise was always will be one of the most important people in my life. I met her in secondary school, just like all of you, where our first big memory was our trip to Brussels, and I didn't even know her well then. We got to share a room where she turned on the heating full on blast and went to sleep, and I was left dying of heat. It was just so funny because she just didn't feel the heat at all, and we just had that was the start of so many inside jokes and memories that brought us together. And then after third year we got really close. We sat together in every class, we drew all over each other's books, got each other into trouble, and always helped each other through everything, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Just like a lot of you guys, I had to move countries, and I never thought I'd feel like I was at home, and she definitely made me feel like I was at home in school, and it just would be so different without her. I'm also so grateful for her for making me experience this amazing community that you have here. The Filipino community is just so great. I love everything about it, from the food and your traditions, and when you all get together and you have color matching clothing events. It's just so cool. Yeah, I aim to live my life like this. Denise was indescribable, as you said. She was just incredible, just so full of everything. She was there to give her all to everyone she knew. And she was there for so many important moments of my life, and she should have been there for many more, and I will never let go of that. She should be here with us. And I think that we all owe it to her to live life to the fullest, just like she did, so she can live on and live life through all of us. Thank you.
like to take this opportunity to thank you all for the sympathy, condolences, and all the kind words. Kind words are great comfort to us. We are deeply touched and overwhelmed with all your concerns and generous donations. Those hospitality and cards are meant so much in this time of our sadness and grief. Again, our heartfelt gratitude to all of you.